Hiya.
Oh,
Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl,
I'm Dammy, also known as Dammy Stoodles.
and we're glad to have you today. Today is Thursday, the 18th of April, 2019, and this is episode 341. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys. To all our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. Dammy, no one introduced themselves in the Ravelry group this week, so why don't you tell them what they should do and why?
You should join our group on Ravelry and introduce yourself in our introductions thread because you'll get a shout out on our next episode and be able to participate in all our ALs and giveaways.
That is correct. Well, we have a few things to talk about today. It's been crazy busy this week, and yeah, I'm like, I know I have gotten stuff done, but it's just like, whoa, what did I actually accomplish this week? And I know you had 2 exams this week, and so all that fun stuff. So this is a knitting podcast and geeky podcast. So let's get started.
And now we're going to talk about what is on our needles.
So Dammy, what have you got going?
I didn't get any progress on my mitts because I had 2 exams yesterday.
So what about design class?
I finished a project where I had to collect photos of different textures and then desaturate those images and then mount them to a piece of Bristol paper and stuff. So I finished that and I turned it in, so I can't show you.
And then what is the new project that you were telling me about last night?
The new project, which I'm still kind of trying to figure out what exactly I'm going to do, I have to demonstrate rhythm and balance, harmony in regards to color, line, shape, etc., in order to create a crystallographic pattern, an all-over pattern. That's the assignment.
Okay, I have an idea. I'll tell you about it while we're not recording. So I don't know. I've got an idea that I'll throw out to you because after you told me last night, I was like, brain is trying to think of something. And so anyway, all right. Are you working on anything else?
My life.
Yes, French, math, choir. Y'all performed at chapel Tuesday.
Yeah, outside.
Because they were doing the Stations of the Cross for chapel. So
yeah, we were really hoping it would rain until that afternoon. So
yeah, sometimes life. Yeah.
So what's on your needles?
So I'm still working on my 10 Stitch Zigzag Blanket, which is a free pattern by Frankie Brown. I'm on US 4's 3.5 mil needles. As I told you last week, I have 66 stripes done, which is 94% of the blanket. And I'm working on the 67 stripe out of Ginger's hand-dyed sheepish sock in the Jesu Pre colorway, which is an Outlander colorway. And I'm over halfway through this stripe. I think I've got 10 and a half done. Something like that. So if I do have 10 and a half done, that's 9 and a half. That's yeah, I should have this stripe done by next week unless life happens and doesn't let me do that. So, and then I am working on the Hubs 2019 birthday socks out using my French Vanilla Cappuccino sock pattern that you can get on Ravelry. It's on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles. And if you want to see all the colorways, go to my project page because I am taking 9 yarns, 9 leftovers, and making him Frankenstein socks. And I'm doing them concurrently on 9-inch zooms. And now they don't totally match up because like this had a longer stripe pattern, that color, and you know, it's just where it falls in the thing. But I wanted to make sure, because I'm going to have to repeat some yarns, and I wanted to make sure I had enough left to do both. So the next color that's going in is this. It's self-striping, and it is from the chai latte socks that were in our second book. So that's the next color that's going in. And I just measured a couple minutes ago. Oops, I should take that off. A couple minutes ago, I am at 6.5 inches. And I need to get to 8.5 before I start the heel. And because somebody will ask, this is the Soxies by Burning Impressions. And it's got, the one I got has inches on this side, as well as it's telling you corresponding shoe sizes for everyone, as well as centimeters on the other side. So that is the way that I check to see how long my socks are. And the last thing I'm working on is my favorite murder mystery wrap design that I designed. It's on US 2.5, 3 mil, and what?
Oh, we're on a serious lag. I was making fun of your design that I designed.
Oh, we're having some technical difficulties today, so
what you gonna
that's
do?
life. We're doing the best we can. So yes, it's on US 2.5, 3 mil needles and US 4, 3.5 mil needles on Suburban Stitcher sock in the triflers. Need not apply colorway. And this is the design that I will be releasing in May. The first clue will come out the 25th of May, I believe. And so the kit pre-orders are over, and I'll be shipping those out by the 12th of May. And then the individual pattern will also go up in early May if you want to participate using your own yarn or weren't able to get a kit. So I'm working on that. I'm in clue 4 on the second panel. So I'm probably about 85% done with the whole project. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. But I did finish something. So let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about her finished project.
1. This
Little
is, can you see though?
Yeah.
This is my 15th preemie hat for this year. I used my top-down preemie hat pattern. You can get it on Ravelry for free. And it's on US 4.
I was about to say it has holes, and then I realized what it was.
It does have holes.
It has holes. Mama, the big head.
On US 6 and 4 mil needles, and I used Cascade Yarn specific chunky multis in the hyacinth colorway. I did 2 rows of eyelets. They're hard to see.
Mama, the baby's gonna get cold.
It's only 2 little rows. This yarn is hard to work with because it's so heavy, and
chunky.
My hands don't like it very much. But I'm using it up, and I'm doing larger hats right now because I'm doing Click for Baby hats, which we've talked about in the weeks past. It's linked in the show notes if you want to know more about it. So, but I'm trying to use up purple yarn because that's what they need is purple hats. So, and that's the only thing I finished this week. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are Yummies, Dammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. Dammy, it's all you unless I think of something while you're talking.
Okay. I went and saw some shows this past week. Oh, good Lord, Oregon is calling me. Okay.
The whole state of Oregon is calling you?
Yes. So I went to see Marie Dancing Still at the Fifth Avenue Theater, and She Stoops to Conquer at Seattle Shakespeare. They were both really good.
Okay.
I went and saw Marie twice, and I was going to see She Stoops to Conquer twice, but on the last day of She Stoops to Conquer, I was just like, I am so exhausted. I can't do anything. So I didn't go see it again.
Yeah. Any actors or actresses that we would know?
I like how you're leading me on.
I know you've told me, but I really don't remember.
Not in She Stoops to Conquer. It was a bunch of Seattle actors. But in Marie Dancing Still, there was Terrence Mann and Tyler Peck, Lyrica Woodruff, and Lauren Blackman from Anastasia.
Cool. Did you follow I don't remember what account it was that Paige Davis was Instagram storying yesterday for the opening night of Hadestown?
Yes.
It was really awesome. I wish we could have been there.
Yeah.
It would have been really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So how long of a run are they scheduled for, or do they just go until somebody's like, you have to stop?
They're just going.
Okay.
Not a limited run.
Okay. And the possibility of a tour has not been even addressed yet.
Not yet. It needs to recoup its investments.
Okay. Yeah, because it was off Broadway and then it was in London.
It was in Canada and then it was in London.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. So, yeah. With my favorite, Patrick Page. Oh, I know something yummy. I went and
Pink?
Pink Pearl is yummy. She's looking at the door, but I didn't hear anyone knock. I went to a friend's house the other night and we had dinner and then we played Settlers of Catan. And so that was fun. And drank mango wine and it was just so yummy. Yeah, so that was fun. That was yummy this week. Pink Pearl totally cracked me up this week too. That was yesterday actually, because you sent me a couple of YouTube videos. Do you want to explain what they were?
It was a couple of deaf kitties just meowing.
And so Dammy sent them to me and I'm watching them and Pink Pearl is like, what is going on? Where is this cat? There's another cat in my house. I must find this cat. And I was like, look, Pinky, it's on my phone. And she was like, cat, where's the other cat? I don't know. I hear the cat. The cat is meowing. It was really She also this week at like 4:00 in the morning walked up the Dr. Hubs and jumped on his desk.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
He woke up and was like, excuse me, you're not supposed to be on this desk. Another Pink Pearl antic this week, which you're actually going to see the photo of in GGK Crafty Pad. So the Dr. Hubs and I got desk chairs last week from IKEA, and Pink is not supposed to jump into my chair. So I keep it pushed in under my desk most of the time. But the other morning, it was just after I'd gotten up, I came over to my desk and turned on my computer and all that stuff. And then I got up to go in the kitchen to get breakfast and didn't push my chair in. And I came back out of the kitchen and was like, excuse me, that's my chair. Excuse me, are you supposed to be in this chair? And every time I would ask her, she would be like, and then I would say, are you going to get out of my chair? Can Mama sit down?
If she can't see you, you can't see her.
Bowing her head in shame. So I had to like actually move her out of my chair and be like, this is Mama's chair. Mama gets to sit in this chair, not Pinky. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Should I get her too? And we can get in?
Yes, baby.
Hold on.
Baby.
Okay, hold on just a second. There's Dammy. Say hi, Dammy.
Hi.
She can't hear you though.
You should put the earbud in her ear. Hi,
Oh, you
baby.
sniff it?
Ew, it smells like ear. Hi,
Okay, talk
baby.
to her.
Hi, baby. Hi, honey. She doesn't like it. She's doing airplane ears.
I don't know what you were saying because I couldn't hear you, but she
saying-
folded her ear over the headphone.
Yeah, I was saying she doesn't like it. She's doing airplane ears.
What did... Oh, I got some sunflowers yesterday from Trader Joe's, and after I put them in the vase, she wanted... Why are you doing that with your ear? Sorry, am I talking on it?
In her ear.
After I put them in the vase, I was carrying them into the other room to put them on the table, and she was like, "What do you have, Mama?" So I put it down so she could smell them, and she sniffed them all, and then wanted to eat them. And I was like, "No, they're not for eating."
Yeah, don't get any lilies ever because
No.
cats are allergic.
Also points at us. What you say to your Danny? Are you telling Danny only one more sweep and then you come home to me? Oh, she was. Really? Yeah. Danny loves you. Do you want to get down? Yes. Okay, say bye-bye, Dammy. Okay. Here you go. Here you go. Okay, I think that is everything for Yummies other than our normal stuff. Do you agree?
Okay.
Okay. So let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Dammy?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of photo prompts for each month, so you take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like, but we pick our favorites from Instagram.
That's right. And this month's theme is numbers, and so it correlates.
Corresponds.
I think we had this discussion last week too. It corresponds with the date. So today when we're recording at 18. So, Dammy, what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Here come the photos. Great job, everybody. So it's never too late to join in. You just take a look at the prompt for the day. As I said a few minutes ago, today, the 18th, and it's 18. We're very cheater-friendly in how you interpret this. It can even be today's the 18th, and I did such and such. So you take your photo, you post it on Instagram, make sure in the caption you use hashtag GGKCraftyPad, and yours might get chosen. If you have a private account on Instagram and you're participating in GGK Crafty Pad, you need to make sure that Dammy, who is Dammy's Doodles on Instagram, is following you, because otherwise we cannot see your photos, and then thusly we cannot choose any of your photos. So, that. Okay, Dammy, a couple things that we'll be going to.
Yes, we still have it. The next production that SPU Theater is putting on is A Wrinkle in Time by Madeline L'Engle, and Tech Week is going on right now. And so it's April 25th to 27th and May 2nd through the 4th. And there are two show days.
Yes.
So if you're in the area.
There's a link in the show notes. Dammy and the Dr. Hubs and I are going to the preview night.
Mm-hmm.
And we're very excited. Okay, and then the other thing is the Pacific Northwest Yarn Crawl, which is May the 2nd through the 5th. And there are 9 shops plus a pop-up shop at one of those shops. So I will be participating. I'll be participating in that. Still figuring out. Currently, the plan is the 3rd, which is the Friday to do. But we shall see. So if you're going on the yarn crawl, let me know. Maybe I'll see you there. All right, that's everything for Yummy. So I think we're ready to move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
So what are you reading, Dammy?
I am still kind of reading Dracula by Bram Stoker. Kind of.
But mainly you're reading?
The Art of Theatrical Design and my French homework.
And your math homework?
And yes, it's a literary masterpiece.
I'm sure.
Yeah, the text was printed on green paper. It was really
A
quality stuff.
equals C, is that, and E equals MC squared, and like all those things?
Actually, it was like 3V equals P.
Oh, okay.
And then 3V plus V equals 18, so 4V equals 18. Then you solve for V.
And what is V?
Actually, it was 3V equals 18 because that makes it nicely divisible, so V equals 6. That's the value of the pepper. That's the value of the vegetable part of the pizza to this guy. I
am riveted. I cannot wait for
this book. I know.
It's just I don't even know.
Pizza. You've got this pizza. It's half veggie, half pepperoni. And this guy splits it in half according to his own value system.
Tell me more.
The other guy takes one of those pieces, the one he values the most. Yeah, and that's the divider-chooser method.
I am just overwhelmed. Overwhelmed.
I know. Pizza pie. Okay. And I'm reading The Glass Scientist, which is a webcomic by Sabrina Katungo. What are you... Wait, no.
Dammy, I assume you're getting your V equals 15 minutes a day in?
R equals 15.
R equals 15.
For 15 minutes.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay. What am I referring to?
The April, May, June RAL read along.
Yes. So this is a challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day every day. I don't care what you read as long as you're reading something. Audiobooks do count. And then we're also doing a year-long challenge where you earn entries into 3 big giveaways that we will announce the winners of in the new year. So all the details are in the show notes and in the thread in the Ravelry group. Let us know if you have more questions. Let me tell you what I'm reading. I am reading The Road Back to You, an Enneagram Journey to Self-Discovery by Ian Morgan Cron and Susan Stabile. I read Type 4 this week. Do you know who is a Type 4? Me. And Dammy. And our friend Mel. Yeah. So I have not listened to the podcast episode, though, that goes with Type 4. I just ran out of time. I'm also reading When the Heart Waits, Spiritual Direction for Life's Sacred Questions by Sue Monk Kidd. I'm really enjoying it. I'm continuing to reread book 4 of the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling, that is The Goblet of Fire, along with the Harry Potter and the Sacred Text podcast and the Swish and Flick and All Potter podcast. The Weighing of the Wands. That was the chapter that I did this week. And Rita Skeeter and her all, whatever, her magical quill thing that embellishes everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read books 13 and 14 of the Anna Pigeon series by Nevada Barr. I read 2 books. Well, I finished one book and currently reading another book, both recommended by Megan from our knitting group that meets on Wednesday nights. I read The Similars by Rebecca Hanover. It was so good. Really enjoyed it. There's going to be a sequel. It's not out yet. And then I've started, well, actually, I'm about 3/4 of the way through The Raven Boys, which is book 1 in the Raven cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. There we go. Yes. That is what I'm reading. Really enjoying it. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Okay, and then I watched 2 Hallmark movies. Bottled with Love, which was actually really good. It felt like it was a little step above a normal Hallmark movie in quality. So, and then also watched Morning Show Mysteries, A Murder in Mind.
Oh.
I know. I am almost done with Series 5 of Endeavor. I finished Season 2 of Jessica Jones. I started watching Midnight Texas, which is based on a book series by somebody whose name I can't think of right now. The episode that I just finished watching had, the guy who played, in Sanctuary that Amanda Tapping did, the guy who played the really tall guy.
Yeah, him.
What is the character that he played?
Big guy.
And they kept it a secret as to who was playing it for a while.
Yeah.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, he was in the episode that I just watched.
And his name is Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
I think they called him Big Gay too.
Okay. What is his actual name?
Christopher Heyerdahl.
Yes. Yeah. He played somebody else in Sanctuary too.
Yeah, villain.
Was it Jack the Ripper? No.
Maybe. Who knows at this point.
Anyway, I'm watching season 16 of NCIS, and Ellie probed to see if Gibbs knows that Ziva is alive, and he does not seem to know.
Oh, whoa. What's this?
I know. I really hope they bring Ziva back. I loved her character. I'm watching season 5 of NCIS New Orleans, watching season 14 of Supernatural, all the tears. Jack killed Mary.
Rip.
There's no way to bring her back. She's in heaven at peace. All the tears.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to think, what did I watch? I watched Supernatural and NCIS and Star Trek Discovery, which I'm watching season 2 of that. I watched those 3. I watched those 3 back to back.
Bad idea.
Yes, because I sobbed through every single one of them. Yeah, yeah. There's only one episode of Star Trek Discovery left in this season. Watching season 4 of Blind Spot, Bill Nye was back as Patterson's father, which was really funny. And then season 6 of The Blacklist, season 10 of Trading Spaces, season 10 of NCIS LA, Hetty was back in the office, and season 7 of Arrow. Listening to my favorite murder podcast. Their book comes out next month, and yesterday they released an extended preview of it. Did I immediately download it and read it? Yes, I did. Ooh. And I really enjoyed it. The Murder Squad podcast. David Tennant does a podcast with Tina Fey this week.
Ooh.
It was really interesting. it has been so interesting, the diversity of people that he's talked to in this season of the podcast. It's been so interesting to learn these things about these people that I had no clue at all. So I really enjoyed that. What are you listening to, Dammy?
Bit of cabin pressure, just hit that shuffle button.
Yes.
Let her go. And also Les Mis 10th anniversary cast recording, because why not?
Yeah. I thought you might be listening to Hunchback recording. Or is that too emotional?
It's too emotional. I know.
Yeah. Very sad. But it looks like they saved a lot of things. So I think that is everything for this segment. So let's move on to the next one.
And now we're going to talk about our March, April, May Sheepy Spring owl. So this owl runs from the 1st of March through the 31st of May. It is for any project that you can knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince us is related to spring. If you can't think of anything, you made your project in the spring.
Yes.
There are a couple of main rules for this owl. The first is that no whips are allowed. So your project must have been begun no earlier than the 1st of March and then finished no later than the 31st of May. The second is that each project of at least 20 yards that you finish and post in the FO thread counts as one entry into the owl. But if your project is not at least 20 yards, you need to group it in a single post with other projects that together total at least 20 yards. You can feel free to polydip in other logs as long as it fits in with those other rules. That's totally fine, including the Great Podcaster Craft Together, which is linked in our show notes. We've got lots of lovely prizes on our screen right now. If you would like to get closer looks at the prizes and see the shops where they came from, you can go to our show notes at geekygirlsknit.com. And thank you so much to our donors. If you would like to donate a prize, you can PM Java Pearl on Ravelry or email us at geekygirlsknit@gmail.com. You must be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit podcast group on Ravelry in order to participate, so just hit that join this group button up in the top right. There's a hashtag if you would like to tag your projects or post on social media. It's GGK Spring 19. The FO thread is going to be locked on the morning of the 1st of June, and winners will be drawn for the next podcast after that. And any winners will have 30 days to claim their prize or they'll forfeit it. There's a chatter thread in our Ravelry group where you guys can post your progress on your projects and you can encourage each other. And it's where I give shout outs to people who have finished FOs during the week. And I also do that here. So why don't I do that?
Go for it.
So we've got Angie's Hip, D-Door4, Philippa MC, Jen Park 248, Knit Central, Knit Princess 83, Knitter Chow, Elle McCall, Mamma Mia 64, Mary Beth 1199, Mystery Sewer, Nicole S., Original Sin, Phoenix Fire, Rose Bob, Samash Williams 94, Share 2014, Shirley Knits 123, Lizentia, VT Kimmy Kim, and Wombat Knitter.
Great job, everybody. So just keep working on those projects. You've got about a month and a half to go before this owl is over. So work on those projects and get them posted. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them.
Yes, so what is this week's question, Dammy?
This week's question is from Jane, who is Janie B. from London. If you had a knitting superpower, what would it be?
If you had a knitting superpower, what would it be, Dammy?
I guess the ability to, not lose my knitting mojo and be able to just whip out projects and just work on them whenever, like you do.
Thank you. It's not a normal day if I don't knit.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I don't even, yeah. Yeah. So I think my knitting superpower would be the ability to finish projects such as seaming sweater pieces together or steeking or whatever, finishing techniques. that I would be able to do those with 100% success every time.
Mm. But then what is life without a little risk?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I think that's what I would choose. So we are going to ask you, if you had a knitting or crocheting or weaving or spinning superpower, what would it be? Head over to the episode thread in our Ravelry group and let us know. Dammy, if somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
That's right. All right, let's move on to the next segment. And with that, you have made it to the end of the show. Thank you for bearing with technical difficulties. I don't know what it is. And I don't know of any way to fix it because technology, internet connection is part of it, that it gets overloaded and then it causes things to lag or freeze, and it's no fun for you or us, either one. Dammy, we have a reminder. Yes. There is 1 week left to enter into the Lolo Bar by the Barmaids giveaway that we announced last week. So what you need to go do is go to our Ravelry group and find the giveaway thread, and you're going to tell us what scent you would buy if you were purchasing a Lolo Bar, and there's a link there to go see the scents. And we will have, next week, when we record the podcast, we will lock that thread. We will randomly draw 3 winners. We'll use random number generator, or actually we will use Siri because Siri is amazing. Remind me to tell you something about Siri in a second. And then 2 of the winners will receive a deodorant, a to-go size Lolo Bar, a trial size Lolo Lips, and a trial size face pudding. And 1 winner will receive a body size Lolo Bar and a bar of Come Clean soap. You must be a member of our Ravelry group. You'll have 30 days to claim your prize, or you forfeit it. So because of my ankle foot problem issue, I think we talked about this on the podcast last week. I'm icing it quite a lot, but I'm only icing it for 20 minutes at a time. And so what I do is I say, Siri, set a timer. I don't want it to start doing it. So set a timer for 20 minutes. And so I did that the other night, and it tells you timer is now set for 20 minutes or whatever it says. And I was like, thank you. And the Dr. Hubbs was like, did you just thank Siri? And I was like, well, yes, I guess I did. Oh, goodness gracious. Do we have any other announcements, Dammy?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So we'd like to say a huge thank you. We love you guys.
Wow.
To everyone who supports the podcast, however it is you do it, but a big, huge thank you, especially to those of you who support us financially, because unfortunately it does cost money to do a podcast. So there are 3 main ways you can support the podcast financially. First is Patreon, which is a site where you pledge a certain amount a month to your favorite creatives, and you earn rewards based on the level you donate at. Dammy, if somebody has questions about that or wants to sign up, what should they do?
Go to patreon.com/geekygirlsknit.
That's another way.
There's a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
And we are amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you're going to shop on Amazon, go to our website and either in the sidebar or at the bottom of the show notes, click on your appropriate link and then shop. We will earn a little bit back based on what you purchase, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Great way to support the podcast by doing something you'd be doing anyway. And then all the links, all of the books and movies and TV shows and all that, soundtracks, are linked on our site to Amazon.com, and that automatically, if you purchase that, will get us, we'll earn on that. So just full disclosure. Okay, Dammy, why don't you tell them where they can find us online? Sorry.
You can find us at geekygirlsknit.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online: YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
And with that, we are going to tell you goodbye. We hope you have a lovely rest of your week. happy Easter this weekend. And we will be back with you again next week. I will probably be extremely exhausted because we will have just seen Wrinkle in Time the night before, and I don't know what time we're getting home.
Oh yeah, it shouldn't be too late. It's not as long as before the eclipse.
Yeah, it says it's under 2 hours and there's no intermission, so we might be able to catch the 10 whatever ferry.
Yeah, 10:30
maybe something like that, or we might go back up and go through Edmonds to Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just have to see when the ferry's coming. So yes. So until next week, happy knitting, crocheting, weaving, spinning, or whatever creative thing you're doing. Have a great one. Bye.
Bye. You're not getting me to know secondary location.
That's actually really funny because I was listening to My Favorite Murder before we recorded, and I've only listened to the first half of the new episode, but one of the murders was the killers acted like they were going to buy this yacht from this couple and then murdered them in the water. No secondary locations.
Oops.
Oops.